it's time for Rise of the Robots. So I'll explain stuff as we actually get into the game because it'll probably be easier. For every peaceful world found within the infinite timelines of the multiverse, there's a dark counterpart, where the forces of good hold little sway. In such a desperate place, we find a small band of heroes, their technological nature and prowess allowing them one final stand. Should they fail, any remaining organic life in this timeline has little hope for survival. So that's the setup. Unfortunately, this is one of those one-shots where there's some luck involved because there's a lot of deck reshuffling. Basically, the only fixed decks are going to be Omnitron and the environment. And you'll see as we go. So ultimately, I'm not really looking forward to this, since a bad roll could screw you over. Our technology, human construction, abomination, destruction necessary, abomination. My progenitor powered by cosmic energy is the actual abomination. That's referring to Omnitron II here. And in case you're wondering about the whole numbering thing, this is Omnitron II and Omnitron IV, and Omnitron III will be added with the Vengeance update. It's just a card inside of Baron Blade's deck. As for the other Omnitrons, basically 5 through 9, I don't know if they're going to be added with Oblivion or what. So if you're not sure how Cosmic Omnitron works, he enters the game this side up, he will summon Hero -2 component cards and put them into play, and if there are no components in play, he'll flip at the start of his turn. Now keep in mind Omnitron, X, or U, in this case U, his components actually do count towards this, so if you use them correctly, you can actually stop him from flipping by still destroying his components. And then at the end of the villain turn, he plays the top card of the deck. Should you fail to stop him from flipping, he'll go into Sentient Dropship and start vaporizing everything. So if there are any components in play, he will flip back. Whenever a drone enters play, he plays the next card in the villain deck. At the end of the villain turn, Omnitron deals the 3 hero targets with the highest HP for energy damage each. So Hero -2 targets dealt Hero -1 energy damage. And we'll go over the hands as we go. He starts off with his railgun, his disintegration ray, and I'll go over some of these. So the highest HP, we actually want Bunker to take the bigger shot here. So we're going to say Absolute Zero is. So the railgun's going to deal the hero targets with 2 highest HP for Hero -1 damage each. That of course is Chrono-Ranger, and then either Bunker or Absolute Zero. And one of the things I wanted to do is actually try to highlight the flavor text of the cards. Gas expansion as projectile accelerant has obvious limitations, thus magnetic flux. Tachyon. So order here doesn't matter, it will matter once you have some unity spots on the field and stuff like that. Terraforming doesn't do anything here because there's no environment cards to destroy. Then he'll summon the drone that is going to hit Unity. Okay, walk away for a second. So the top card of the environment deck is going to be the Mechano Accumulator. This destroys 1 equipment card and 1 component card. So if we destroy Omnitron's stuff here, that means he'd flip. So in order to stop that, we have to play 2 components. Now the question is, well, I only have 2 to play. The thing is, I have to choose which one I want to sacrifice. I think I may want to get rid of the plasma cannon. Sad part is, as is, he's going to flip the following turn because the other one will get destroyed with the second Mechano Accumulator enters play. So we'll put that one in there. We'll use his ability because it's going to get destroyed, so we can deal some fire damage. Then we'll play the Innervation Ray. In case you actually don't know how Omnitron works, I meant to highlight these, but yeah, since I got distracted, I lost my train of thought. So volatile wiring is until the end of your next turn. Whenever one of your cards is destroyed, Omnitron will deal the target 2 fire damage. Then you have the option to either play a card or move 1 equipment card from your trash to your hand. Now, it would be nice if we could get some coatings out, but that's not going to happen, and then there is a chance Omnitron could get KO'd here. If he does, you have the option to have one hero sacrifice one of their equipment cards to deal 2 lightning, 2 fire damage. If you get Ultimate Targeter by any means on Omnitron, then this will obviously go up, so... Well then... No, it's only by any means Ultimate Target's Omnitron exclusive. No, it's Chrono-Ranger exclusive. So yeah, this would deal more damage than if you sacrifice something of Chrono-Rangers. You can move an equipment card from your trash into your hand, or one player may play a card. So just keep those in mind. And we do want to draw a card here because we basically need to speed up our setup. Also, I forgot to highlight the components. So if you take 5 or more damage in one turn, destroy this card. The reason why that's significant is these deal HP, are damage based off of their HP, and their HP is set by the number of hero targets in play. Superheated plasma has many industrial applications. This is not one of them. Innervation Ray. Revitalizing one's allies is as important as protecting yourself. I like this one better, I'd say. So for Chrono-Ranger, we want to start things off with Displaced Armory. We want to search the deck for the Neurotoxin Dart Thrower. Now the reason why you want this one is twofold. The first of which is generally Chrono-Ranger's cards are going to deal 1 target projectile damage. Doesn't matter the quantity. The thing is, eventually Omnitron will get out his adaptive coding, so you can only deal the... You can't deal the same type of damage consecutively. So this is toxic damage, and it's going to lower his damage, which is why we want that. So we can ping this to lower its HP a little bit. And then we want to shoot this. And I think I just messed up my setup. Let's see, that's 1 damage. Actually, no, that'll still work out fine. And yes, we want to draw a card because he can't damage us now. And the same goes for all my allies. So you Inspired Repair, this isn't really going to help, so we're going to skip. And for Unity, the only reason she's here is to die. And I'd like to say that's an exaggeration, but you have to remember that Omnitron is one of the original villains, one of the base set villains. And if you're wondering what the significance of that is, you have to look at the sedative Flechettes. So he deals each hero target 6 projectile damage. That means with the exception of Cryobot, Champion Bot, and Turret Bot, whatever bot is in play is dead. That includes Stealth Bot, Swift Bot, and so on. Stealth Bot can take the hit for one other bot, but it's not that likely. And then he has one of the classic starts of wipe all ongoing cards. I don't remember where it was, someone pointed this out, that if you notice, the base set villains are the only ones who have these clean wipes, with Citizen Dawn being the biggest offender. The other villains ever since then are not as bad, but they can still be kind of annoying. Akash Buddha comes to mind. Technically the Chairman with his Thieves do, since they can destroy something every turn. In case you think that's bad, just wait till you see Ermine from Vengeance. So the other card he has that's real annoying is the Technological Singularity, and if you notice, 2 of our guys are on this card, which kind of tells you how much of a screw job this card is. So you destroy all equipment cards, and then you zap an enemy, each ally, repeatedly for every equipment card they lost. So basically, you'll wipe out their setup, and then you'll probably kill them by playing that. Because screw you isn't quite enough in this game. So we're going to damage ourselves to speed up the kill. And if you're wondering why we want to speed up the kill, in case you're wondering, she has a severely niche power. You can destroy 1 non-character card, device card. And if you're wondering what that means is, pretty much all of Omnitron's targets that he can summon are devices, including this Electro-Pulse Explosive. So, you can use that to wipe that, and then even the partial Omnidrone is a device, so you can wipe that using Unity. She basically will help you manage the environment somewhat. And should you... I'll get to that when we get there. We'll play Platform Bot. We want to draw Champion Bot, which we're not going to be able to use. And then we want to hit this so we can start working on destroying his components. Bunker has to deliver the finishing blow. So we're going to play... I just realized I didn't show the flavor text here. Pew pew! lasers, just like the real thing, right? You can see in the card, of course, Baron Blade is not amused. So we're gonna play flat-handed, stand down before stop, beat down. And of course, we're actually using Fright Train here, but you'll learn more about him when Vengeance comes out. So we want to deal some projectile damage to Omnitron. And now, order here could matter if, what's it called? The Resource Recycler comes out. So device cards get put back into play. And actually, these are all components, so I guess order doesn't matter, but I would prefer the interpolation beam to be on top because I can use Chrono-Ranger to nullify it. So let's see. We're going to play the... what's it called? Module installation. What to wear? Absolute zero. We're going to grab the fire suit. And that shuffled the deck, so whatever I get from here is kind of chance. And keep in mind, whatever, we're going to have to sacrifice one equipment card on someone other than Omnitron, so Absolute Zero is going to end up taking this hit for us. I'm going to play things safe and play the cold suit, because I should be able to live a little bit longer with that one out of play. Anyway, we are going to pop this, so that we can lower its damage. Son of a... So we're going to sacrifice the null point calibration unit. I just think I didn't highlight its flavor text. That was what to wear, what to wear. Come on. Cold is all a matter of perspective. So if I use the Innervation Ray, that's going to live for one more turn. I think I actually want to deal damage, to be honest. Usually these things are damage races. So we want Omnitron to go first. He's, let's see, the highest HP target is going to be Chrono-Ranger. He can take the hit, I want to say, so we'll deal the damage to Omnitron. So right here, he can't take repetitive types of damage. So he can't take fire damage now. So what I need to do here is actually get a coating out. Temporal shielding, psychic, infernal, radiant, none of those are going to be dealt here. So I'm going to play ablative. In case you're wondering about the ablative coating, this reduces melee, projectile, and toxic. I believe we can take melee and projectile, but I'm not 100% sure. In case you're wondering, the actual melee card is going to be this one. Otherwise, everything else here is electric and energy, which is why when I fight him using... well, when I use these two, the same villain and hero, I like the Elemental Exo Chassis much better because you can actually nullify both lightning and energy to a certain degree. So anyway, we'll play the ablative coating. And now I need to get the component back out of my trash because if I don't, he's going to stay in cosmic form longer than I'd like. So Innervation Ray, we got a reactive plating subroutine, and the volatile wiring is still alive, I should point out. So I want to say the next card he's going to play are the Flechettes. That's why I do not want to play Sudden Contract right here, because we're going to lose all ongoings in play. Instead, I can play Terrible Tech Strike, if you're not familiar. Blade of Coating. Strike acknowledged. Unharmed. And I showed some of these other ones. So we can play Terrible Tech Strike. Thunder and Mud, and enough is enough. This will deal 2 melee damage if you remember he's immune to fire, then it'll deal projectile damage. Now the question is, do I actually want to hit him? Because I want to kill this. As is, I can have Unity and Absolute Zero hit it, so there's that. In reality, I could have afforded to sack the flat can and brought it back with this, but it doesn't matter. So let's see. Unfortunately, the mechano accumulator is going to come back out. It's going to hit Absolute Zero this time, and Omnitron is going to get kind of nuked by the Cosmic Flip. This is energy damage, yeah. So basically we're preparing for the next turn here. So yeah, we'll hit with this. Then we'll hit this. And then we need to lower his damage so the next turn isn't as punishing. So he's immune to toxic damage now. That's right, I can actually play a platform bot here. So we're going to skip on the Inspired Repair. Keep in mind, whatever you play here is dead. You could play Champion Bot, I guess, and it'd survive, but Unity is going to die next turn anyway. So we want to maximize our DPS for the time being. So we'll make him immune to energy. And then we can kill this. As for Bunker, we're going to toss out Heavy Plating, which I will get to use. And then we want to shoot this at Absolute Zero. But I'm in a bit of a bad spot on the Mental Wrath. Just realized I forgot the flavor text again. Go ahead, take your best shot. Oops. And then this one is... But the laws of thermodynamics have more to do with... Look, lady, all I know is fire gets all weird around me. So we got the apertures, which are pretty helpful. It's just going to increase Absolute Zero's overall damage output. So we want to get rid of the flat cannon here because he's going to flip. So I can hit him for some extra damage here. And you notice I didn't hit that because I knew it was going to heal. So Terraform is going to kill that for us anyway. Here come the Flechettes. So I want to say order here really doesn't matter, but since I got the ablative coating out, that's going to minimize the damage I take here. So yeah, let's just go across the board. 4 for Omnitron, 5 for Chrono. Platform bot's dead, as is Platform bot. Unity lost half her remaining health, essentially. Bunker takes 4 damage. 5 for Absolute Zero. So right here we want to play the Innervation Ray. That way we have a component to cause him to flip back. And then the question is, I know a Flechette is coming back out, so I could put this out to damage him. Basically shoot back. The alternate option I have is that I could get this back out. And to be honest, I'd rather have the component just in case I need to. Yeah, going for the component. So give me that plasma cannon back. Technological advancement, handy. So, unfortunately, he's going to play back-to-back Flechettes. As such, I do not want to get Sudden Contract out. Actually, I could, and then use Ranger's Mark to bring it back. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So we'll play Sudden Contract. you want by any means. So now we can hit him for 2 projectile damage. And now, since he's immune to projectile, we can hit him here for toxic. He became immune to toxic. We got another Ranger's Mark. Now, Unity is going to die here. The environment is going to play overcharged systems, which is bad news, to put it mildly. So we want to anticipate that coming out. I'm just going to toss this out because there's no reason to play anything really. We got turret bot, but it's not going to matter. We can use this, but once again it doesn't matter. Skip. Power. So we're setting ourselves up to die for the Flechettes here. Bring up Bebop. Just make sure you kill Bebop before Unity. That is one of the linchpins here. So we can play. Right. Technically it's more of a horde. Bebop is more fun to say. As for the terraforming, in principle, a proto-matter wave could realign matter on some top level. A key weakness of Flesh is its susceptibility to a wide array of chemical triggers. The endless sounds of stomping metal feet filled the air. There was no moment to surprise. They didn't need it. Such odd beings with their obvious weaknesses. Momentary suspension of quantum chromodynamics is sufficient to reduce any matter to elementary particles. Gas expansion is projectile accelerant. We read that one already. So we can use decommission. I don't think yeah, I said it was more of a Hornet. The one here that I haven't used was haven't read. Well, this is awful unexpected. Jim, this one's bigger than anything you've seen before. Make some friends. Con. Many models of the personal armament exo-chassis were developed, but there's only ever been one bunker. Well, Fright Train here begs to differ, or begs to disagree. So we can get our flat cannon back out and go pew pew. 4 damage. And then we want to get the apertures out so that we can start dealing even more damage. As a result, it's going to be 4 damage. It didn't ask me what to do because there's no choice to be made. There's the overcharge system. We're going to skip, even though we could sack everything in Unity's hand. Here come the Flechettes. So hit Bebop first. So this will make him immune to projectile. And then we can sack this. Well, destroy it, I mean. Unity is going down. 4 damage to Omnitron, which is barely enough to keep his components alive, and then slaying his 2 others. Killed by any means. There's the railgun. So let's see. I'd say you, and you take priority. So if I put that out... Actually, that won't matter. We're gonna get both out anyway. So we can use this, and I want the Gaussian Coil Blaster because it's a different type of damage. That gave me reset. Kinda tempted to play that, but we'll use Volatile Wiring. We have nothing to get out of the trash, so we'll play this. Got another reactive subplane routine, which we can actually play using Unity's power. Now, unfortunately, I think he's immune to projectile, so this isn't going to do as much. Well, it's not going to do anything. So let's play Ranger's Mark since our ongoings are safe. Yeah, that won't even work if I were to shoot our Omnitron, because he doesn't have the thing. deal some toxic damage. And now he's no longer immune to projectile for Bunker's turn. So hold on. If I do that, the other option is I could play the Cryo Chamber and speed up Absolute Zero's setup, because I want to get this out, play this to get his cold suit back, and then this for nuking effect. The one thing you have to watch out for, though, is the Cryo Chamber. Depending on how you use this, the Cryo Chamber can jack its damage way up, and then you risk blowing yourself up. Let's see, the top card of his deck is... I don't remember if it's the Assault Drone or the Omnitron Drone. For the environment, I want to say it's the Conveyor Belt. This brings out a component. Okay, yeah. If we play the Temporal Grenade, I'm probably going to need to do that next turn. Let's see, this should... or the railgun's going to die now. If I leave this alive, the highest HP for projectile damage, that would be 2 to Bunker, 1 to Omnitron, then I get to reflect damage back. That would be projectile damage. Yeah, if I want to leave this alive, I actually have to cut back my DPS. Play the Cryo Chamber on Absolute Zero, I think. Deals himself 1 fire and 1 cold. I'm gonna play this one. So we want to put this in place so we can heal off of it. We're going to damage ourselves for 1, which causes us to deal 3 damage. Omnitron is now immune to cold. Then we're going to heal ourselves for 2. So I can play the Gatling gun here. My main question is whether or not I can destroy both of these for next turn. Because I can use the Temporal Grenade to pop this, so I may need to use it for the Conveyor Belt, and that's the problem. I'm gonna tempt fate and play the Gatling gun. If nothing else, the Gatling gun will deal damage while I use Locomotion to start popping his ongoings. Heavy plating. That's what I can afford to discard. So we want the Cryo Chamber in play. Worst come to worst, I can... that's a decent card, I guess. Techno Pursuer, that's the lowest HP, I want to say. Now, we do not want to hit Omnitron because it risks destroying his components. Chrono-Ranger, I believe, is the most expendable in terms of HP at the moment. Assault Drone. Automaton. If we hit Omnitron, he's going down. Well, I mean, Omnitron here is going to flip as a result. So let's heal Absolute Zero. Let's heal the other guys. That way they don't look as beat up. And then we can hit him for 3 life. Snap would have been nice to get by now, but so far no luck. And I can hit him here for 4. So I'm gonna play Reset. Flechettes. Slip through time. You may play a card, you may use a power. That's not going to help me, I'm afraid. And I don't really want to switch my plating. So let's play that. So yeah, I think I'd rather sacrifice Slip Through Time. Pretty much I did play that just to... Oh! That will come in handy right here now. So now we have to pay attention to the order of the cards. The alternative option is I could get the electromagnetic or electro deployment unit out. This would make it a little bit easier for me to find the Flechettes or even the Bio Beam. It will lower my damage though. I think I'm gonna go for the Gaussian Coil Blaster so that I can try to chip his HP more. Ooh, there we go. So that changes things up a bit. So I can use the Flechettes to destroy both of these simultaneously. I could play Hunter and Hunted. Does this... I'm gonna play the Temporal Grenade. I'm gonna use them here. So we want to hit this to weaken it. We want to hit him because we don't like him. Then we're going to hit him. And then we're going to destroy the Tech Cruiser. Jim's hat. Someone can play a card such as Omnitron. We're going to play the Flechettes. The one thing that sucks is this would make him immune to projectile damage if I didn't kill these right here and now. So we'll just go ahead and hit Omnitron for 4. This is going to kill the one drone, and the other one is on the verge of death. So let's see if a Mechano Accumulator comes out, which is kind of overdue at this point. That's going to bring it up to 2. It can hit Omnitron, but that means the odds of Omnitron taking another hit are pretty slim. So I'm going to ignore the drone and go for Omnitron itself. Now, since I need as many cards as I can, I may need... Does he actually have any ongoings left? Technically he does, but nothing I can't destroy. So I'd rather save some of these as fodder for the Gatling gun. This out just in case I need to use Locomotion, so I'm going to do it. I realized I stopped reading flavor texts. So we're going to get rid of Upgrade Mode. Sadly, that's one of those cards I need for Locomotion too. So I'm going to play this in hopes of drawing a new card, like Cold Snap. So let's pull out a spare Cold Suit. Now if I were to do Frostbound Draw, so I'd hit him for quite a bit. The thing is, I will be risking death here. I can play Cold Snap with Unity, so let's do this. We want to hit him for 5. Hit myself for 2, which I can then turn into 4. And then we can use our power to hit him for another 4. so their drones are immune to melee damage. Ooh, crap. So the highest HP, if I choose Omnitron, I lose all my components. Bunker has to take the hit for me. He heals for 4, but that's not really a big deal. Now, there's nothing I can use there. And I guess I could have went for the plasma can, but there was no guarantee I was going to get the Flechettes. It's just one of those hindsight things, I'm afraid. So the Gaussian is going to allow me to just deal better AoE. We need to heal Absolute Zero so that he doesn't die. And then we do not want Omnitron to be the highest HP. That's very unhealthy for him. So right here, 3 damage to Omnitron. That's going to offset some of the healing. We can kill this. And then I want to chip away at this a bit. So the fire damage, we're going to send into Omnitron. Oh, one of my cards got destroyed. I forgot how that worked. 4 damage for him. Then the Gaussian Coil Blaster goes off again. Keep in mind, Cold Snap will leave these things with 1 HP, so... yeah. I don't care about changing my suit. That really has no impact. So let's play Jim's Hat. There's no bounties for me to get out. And since the game's going to end this turn, let's go ahead and play Hunter and Hunted. Let's cut into his damage. Play a card, Absolute Zero, Cold Snap so that it goes off at the beginning of my turn. And now, unlike normal Omnitron, you do not have to destroy the other robots. This is pretty much all it takes. So, unfortunately, some of this was due to luck. There's no guarantee you're going to get the Flechettes when I actually did, and in the event you did, you'd have to use the Temporal Grenade and Locomotion to destroy his ongoings. So you still had the tools to do it, it's just, hopefully you had a Temporal Grenade, otherwise, once again, that's where the RNG comes into play. In the event that you did not destroy those, you do have to pay attention to the way Omnitron is set up. You want to alternate his cards because start of turn effects go in order of creation. So the way it was set up, I lead with the Gaussian Coil Blaster, so that makes him immune to electric. Then I hit with a Plasma Cannon to make him immune to fire. And since he's going to be immune to damage, once again, we need to do the second Gaussian like I did. That allows me to deal extra damage to him. And then, worst come to worst, if it starts to get close, you do have a card of Omnitron's to play. I forgot what exactly it's called, so let me actually pull up the Multiverse real quick. Looking for Omnitron X, and I'll switch him over to his variant. I think I forgot to show Absolute Zero now that I think about it. But, where is it? Self-sabotage. So you can basically destroy all of your components to just deal a burst of energy damage. This is basically your last resort. Play this to nuke him into oblivion, and then you'll be sent. And in case you're wondering about what I meant by I forgot to show Absolute Zero, we're looking for Freedom 6. In the event he goes down, you can actually use his third power to stop the environment cold. Pun intended. Even though it wasn't really a good pun. So, with this, you no longer have to worry about the accumulators, the Omnidrones, what have you, and Unity's power can be used to just destroy whatever drones he plays. And in case you're wondering about the deck order for, section here, the one card that I've talked about a little bit, this one, I believe these are the bottom 2 cards on his deck, so you do have a little bit of time before these come out and just wipe you. But if he plays this, it is game over. You can see how little HP I had at the very end. So, this one, I can't really stress enough, there is a bit of an element of chance in play since there's no guarantee to look at the cards you need for Omnitron or Chrono-Ranger. Bunker is pretty solid. And Absolute Zero didn't get his destruction cards either, but he's another one that shuffles his deck, I'm afraid. I should actually highlight that just in case you actually need it. Absolute Zero does have ongoing destructions. That's the Fueled Freeze card here. You can use this to basically just wipe his ongoings if need be. And since his components are ongoings instead of equipment, you can also pop some of these in case one's going to survive a round that you don't want to survive. Another nice thing though is once you do this, you do get to pop the enemy for some cold damage, so it's not like you actually lose some damage by doing so. But anyway, hopefully this clarifies the one-shot and gives you some contingency plans just in case things do not go your way. There are some tools to potentially salvage it, but it is possible you don't get any of the cards you need and it's actually game over. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that, it's just how things go. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Oh, I should also point out. So in case of timing, if you didn't notice, I'm actually recording this a couple hours before I'm going to upload it. So yeah, I'm kind of a lot closer than I'm kind of comfortable with. And I probably need to go back and do this one. This is going to be so annoying. If you didn't notice, that one doesn't have Omnitron for components, so you have to choose something and let it live. Anyway, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching.